Today on the channel, I've had a revelation. It told me to unbox Teela and Mer-Man from the Masters Universe Revelations.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masters of the Universe Revelations unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got Teela and we've got Mer-Man. But for all your Masters of the Universe needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So we've got Teela, we've got Mer-Man. Mer-Man looking a heck of a lot different than what we usually know Mer-Man as. And then Teela looking a little bit more traditional, like Teela, I guess, compared to her prior version that we unboxed on the channel many, many moons ago in her original Revelations figure. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing and review like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And of course, as usual, we're going to start with ladies first. We're going to start with Teela. Now, Teela, like I said, we did get a prior version of Teela, and we'll do some comparisons of that one and some Mer-Mans at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that as well. But Teela, very controversial. Some would say the most controversial figure in the Netflix Revelation series. To me, it wasn't that big of a deal. I try not to let stuff like that affect me. Stuff I can't control, that I don't have a say in, it's not worth ruining my day. And I know a lot of people were really fired up about that, and I guess it just depends what you want to get fired up about. But it wasn't the end of the road or end of the life for me, and I'll just keep watching the series. It was okay. I didn't have any problems with the series. There were some spots I'd like to change, like most things, but I thought it was interesting, and I will definitely check out Series 2 when that drops on Netflix sometime in the future. But there's old Teela in the package. We get two heads with Teela. We get some extra hands, and we get a shield with her, and then, of course, a sword. Like I said, a little bit more traditional look on the character here. 30 points of articulation, as we all know. Masterverse on the very top. Masters Universe Revelations here. Of course, Teela's name. Nice background, kind of that gray brick wall type background going on there, really framing things out. She is a heroic warrior goddess. You know how I know that? It says it right on the side of the package right there. Teela, there it is. And then a little artwork from the show right there. And the back of the package, beautiful artwork, big picture there. We did unbox He-Man. Did we? Or what do we got? Yeah, He-Man, Skeletor. I thought I saw something. I thought I saw Battle Armor He-Man. I was like, he's not out yet. We got the Barbarian He-Man kind of going on there, and then Skeletor. We unboxed those on the channel. Check out that review if you missed it. Mer-Man, of course, we'll do next after Teela. Got a nice blurb going on right there. Let's see what it says about our old buddy Teela here. Teela, the warrior goddess. Learning she had been lied to her entire life, Teela threw down her sword, rejected her title, and turned her back on her family, friends, and all of Eternia. Fate, however, has a way of returning. Prince Adam's secret identity as He-Man, the same secret that shattered her trust, became intertwined with her quest to save magic from disappearing from Eternia. Yeah, I guess that's what happens sometimes. I don't know. So there you go. Let's get her out of the package and see what all the fuss is about with this Teela. Is there fuss? There's some fuss. See you later. I don't know if it's the best fuss, but there's fuss about it for sure. Interesting Teela. Two head sculpts here, like I said. Hands and a shield. There she is in the plastic prison, looking only like a Teela could look. Pop her out of here. Pop the hands out. Pop the hand out. Pop the head out. And maybe. Oh, she's buckled in. That's why she wouldn't come out very easy. I was like, what the heck? Very clear, very hard to see buckling in process there. Get the sword. Right. Ankles too, apparently. They don't want Teela going anywhere. High theft on Teela action figures, I'm assuming, is the problem. Right? Yeah, sure. Why not? See you later up high. Oh, I forgot to get the clips out there. Now I got a mess. Old vacuum going to be getting a workout. That's the way it goes down here, as you can imagine. So there it is. Let's take a look at these accessories first before we get deep into old Teela here. We get two hands. You guys know I'm a sucker for a fist, and Teela's got a fist. She's ready to throw down at a moment's notice. She also has a gripping hand to hold her sword, hold her shield, whatever she needs to hold. She's got those right there. Put those off to the side. Then we get a shield, very plain Jane, all one color, kind of a gray poupon yellow, we'll call it. Yes, gray poupon, one of the fanciest of all mustards. We got that kind of yellow going on right here. And then the typical sleeve in here, you put their hand, you can pop the hand off, put it in, give it a little extra tight fit there. But it is very reminiscent of her old shield, but a different color. Of course, we remember that more of a reddish, maroonish color. But there you got that right there. Then we get the sword. Teela's little sword. She's got to fight with something, of course, so she's got a sword going on. Nice sculpt here, nice shine to the silver, a little decor going on there at the top, and then, of course, the handle, leather strapped around, looks really good, and then you bring it back with that same kind of mustard yellow at the bottom. Good-looking sword, smaller sword than He-Man's sword, of course, but we got that going on there. Now we get down to Teela. We get down to the old brass tacks. We got to see what's going on with her. And an interesting version of Teela, as I said before, this is more of a modern updated take on Teela. This reminds us of the Teela of old that we remember, more in her garb that we're used to, where then, of course, things changed pretty quick in the show and she turned away from this. But this is kind of the beginning versions of the show where they were celebrating, doing all that kind of fun stuff. That's what it represents, early version. Might as well grab the other Teela, where she totally changed her look, totally went in a different direction. Right there, all day long, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, and I'm sure most of you guys are going to agree with me out there, that this is the preferred version of Teela. This just seems more what I'm looking for in my Teelas. This was a drastic change of her look, but it, you know, fit the storyline of what she was going through, I guess. So let's just call it that. But very interesting here. Once again, you get that mustard kind of yellowish, Grey Poupon colored going on throughout. You got the nice white to counteract that. Of course, the skin tone. A lot of skin showing on Teela. She wasn't scared to bare some skin if she needed to. And a very neutral, kind of mild face on her. Got her nice little crown going on. Her hair all up in a bun, of course. Articulation-wise, you got bicep swivel, you got double-jointed elbows, pinless joints on the elbows, I should have mentioned. Hands removable, of course. Head removable, of course. Got a top waist up top, up diaphragm. All kinds of hula hoop action with her right there. Then you do also get the waist. She does have her favorite underwear on, and there's not loincloth. They're just straight up orange underwear, so good for her. I don't know why she didn't want to go with the loincloth look, but to each their own, of course. Then you do get the thigh swivel on her, double-jointed pinless knees as well. Nice fur boots as we're used to with Teela, and then kind of a nice brown color down on the boots, and then the ankle articulation all over the place, side to side, up, down, all around. Good articulation with her. She does got her bands and her forearm guards, all that kind of stuff. This is Warrior Teela. This is Teela going to fight in the front lines with Man-at-Arms and the rest of the team. A very, very good looking one. Let's pop this head off though. See if we get a little bit more action going on here. And I do like this head sculpt here. If I can pop it in. There it is. This is an interesting one, though. This is one of those ones where if you gave me just a head and said, who is this? I don't know if I could tell you it's Teela. I might say, is it the Black Widow? Is it Scarlet from G.I. Joe? Who knows who this could be, but it is Teela here. And it represents her taking her crown off, throwing her sword down, throwing her little temper tantrum, and moving on to this look is what this is. I'm not sure exactly which one. Well, I'm going to probably use this head. I think this is more of a traditional Teela. That's how I'm going to keep it. I don't know, play a little of that old-fashioned long game. Maybe you wait, this goes down to $6 clearance. Maybe I get two and I'll display both heads. I've been known to do that in the past. I might do that. We'll see. Her sword, I bet, fits very nicely in here. But it's okay. It is a better Teela than the first one. I'm going to give it that. I'm going to put her on a ringside stand as well. Being a Mattel product, she will fit either way. So there it is. But I think most people would agree. I guess, you know, humor me. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Maybe somebody does prefer this one. But I think the majority of the audience, the majority of He-Man, Masters of the Universe fans, they're going to prefer this look and probably this head most likely. But still a strong Teela. Much stronger than this. And I have to think this one will sell a little bit better than this one. That's just what my gut tells me. But it is definitely Teela. It is definitely Masters Universe Revelations. Interesting to see where this line is going. It seems they're getting away a little bit from the Revelations, going into New Eternia, going into some more classic stuff, giving us some She-Ra lore in the future here. So it'll be an interesting way to market with this new Mattel line and see where the old Masterverse goes. But I know where it's going next. It's heading over here to visit with MerMan, one of our favorite sea underwater creatures, under the sea guys. Sure, sounds good. MerMan, a classic villain, a classic henchman of Skeletor, but getting totally reimagined in Masters Universe Revelations, I should say. A little bit different look to him, a little bit more grizzled, like a pirate, a guy that's been out at sea for a long time. He lost an eye somewhere along the way. Old MerMan's seen better days, but haven't we all? Haven't we all seen better days? But there he is. Got the Masterverse, 30 points articulation. The UPC, nobody knows what it goes to. Revolution. I keep saying revolution. Revelation. MerMan, of course, the big window box. Lots of accessories in there. You know it's MerMan, but you know it's this MerMan that's seen some things. This is exactly what it is. So we got that going on right there. A little MerMan action on the side there. And the back of the package, big water graphics going on. Cool artwork. Always cool with the Masters Universe artwork. Cross-sell down below, of course. Let's see what it says about old MerMan, the old ocean warlord. Oh, good old warlord. The undersea overlord of a lost kingdom aligned himself to Skeletor out of necessity, not out of respect. With the Lord of Destruction gone from the face of Eternia, this treacherous trout retreated to the Crystal Sea in his army of Aquaticans. Good or evil, all who sail Eternia's water do so at their own risk. So there you go. The more you know. Be careful in the water, folks. Be careful in the water. See you later. Goodbye. A little plastic prison for old buddy MerMan. There he is. Extreme close-up in the plastic prison. Get the old scissors out as he is locked in. They don't want MerMan swimming away anywhere, and I don't blame him. He's a dangerous guy. I wonder if we'll ever find out how he lost his eye. That would be interesting to know. Did he just poke himself in an eye with his staff on accident? Who knows what happened there? Maybe one day we'll get the rest of the story. But we got a lot of extra hands here. Holy cow. Pop that out. Pop that out. Pop that out. Whoa, we lost it. I'm going to have to go dig that one out. We lost his staff. Went flying. See you later. Holy cow. All right, give me a second. Let me go get his staff, and we'll be back talking all things MerMan. All right, we're back. We got MerMan out of the package, and let's dive in to see what's going on here. He's got 2 gripping hands stock on the figure, and then he got 2 fists. Mattel knows you got to have fists with all your heroes and your villains, and he's got 2 fists ready to throw down, ready to go. We got those right there, and then he's got, these are really cool, kind of webbed hands there, so his swimming hands, whatever you want to call them, but very Creature of the Black Lagoon-esque webbed hands going on there. So we have 2 extra sets of hands. Choose your own hand adventure, as we always say. Then he's got a very cool staff going on here, and it seems like all the sea guys, you know, Namers of the world, Aquaman and MerMan, they all have to have a staff like this. I don't know, something about being in the sea, I guess. I don't know. But it's a nice kind of pitchfork look to it. Got a little bit of aquatic theme to it. Got a little wraparound action here. It looks almost like a snake or a worm, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. And then you got a nice kind of greenish, dark blue handle throughout against the copper there. A really good looking staff for him. As a, you know, you're a real big deal if you're carrying around a staff. I mean, we all know that. He's got that. And then, of course, he's got his sword. Very interesting, kind of a lime green instead of a silver sword. It's got a very oceanish green color to it. Black handle against that copper to match everything back in. So another sword. A lot of dips and turns on this sword as well. So very cool looking there. Then we get down to MerMan. We get down to the business with him, and we got that copper color to kind of bring it all back together. We got some really interesting coloring going on here with the copper and the orangish, and then against that kind of tealish bluish skin. Got a lot of scars and scuffs throughout his body, of course missing his eye. This is a MerMan that has seen a thing or two. Really do miss his vest though. Of course MerMan known for his vest going on. So that is interesting. You look at the head first. I almost thought for a second the mouth was articulated. It almost looked like it was going to be. But he's got the one crossed out eye. He's got one eye going there with a big blue eye. Nice open mouth. Nice look of the teeth. And you can even see his tongue back in there. Got his big fins on the side. Kind of like ears going on. A little bit small on the head, and we've seen that throughout in the Revelations line, the Masterverse line, that the heads are just a hair small. Could be a little bit bigger, but it's not terrible, I don't think. Articulation is the exact same as Teela. Hands removable as well. Double-jointed knees, double-jointed elbows, thicep, bicep, swivel. A lot of hula hoop up top, which is really nice for different articulation, different posing. And then, of course, the waist. Then he's got the old loincloth, an Eternia fashion staple, as we know. He's got a cool title belt going on that says he's the MerMan. He's the ocean champion of the world of Eternia, so good for him. Hopefully he defends that title on a regular basis. And you got the nice clawed toes going on with him as well, so that looks really good, really sharp. Got his kind of leg coverings down here on his calves and stuff. Nice gold and orange, bringing all the color back in. A strong figure of the new interpretation of MerMan, I should say. I could see MerMan fans wanting this, completionists wanting this, Masterverse fans wanting this, but some people might say, this isn't my MerMan, I'm going to pass, and I get that as well. Kind of depends where you sit and what you want out of your MerMan figures. But he does look pretty good, I think. A little bit better than expected, too. Both figures were better than expected, which is always good. We're always happy when things are a little better than we were hoping them to be. So I can't say don't pick these up. I'm definitely picking them up, as you see right here. But they're worth a visit, especially if you can get a deal out there. Play a little of that long game. You guys can always get deals. These go on sale a lot at Target stores specifically. You might be able to find these on deal down the road. That's my best recommendation. A little comparison action. I did grab the Masters of the Universe Classics version of MerMan. So you got kind of seeing that going on there. It is a shame, though, in the sword department. I always miss him having his corn on the cob sword. That's a staple of MerMan that we have to have. So it's kind of sad we didn't get that corn on the cob sword with him. But it is what it is. And while we're speaking about Masters Universe Classics, I did grab a few Teelas out there. There's the Filmation version and the regular version of Teela that kind of goes along with these. So we do have those here for those keeping track at home. But two fairly strong offerings. I wouldn't say the strongest. I wouldn't say the weakest. Somewhere in the middle. But must-haves if you're collecting the Masterverse line. You're collecting the Revelation, Revelation line, whatever you want to call it, I guess, today. But very strong. Between the two, I think I might be leaning more towards MerMan, at least for right now. You never know what might happen down the road. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picking these up? You passing on them? Let me know in the comments down below. And you made it this far, you might as well thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell. Follow along on Patreon for this video and a lot of other videos, bonus content, giveaways, everything early over there on Patreon. Best of all, you support the channel. And then, of course, follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Teela and MerMan, I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.